Well, good Thursday afternoon to everybody. I'm gonna do a quick little add-on for the bike today. I ordered Viking bags, Swingarm bag for the Rebel. Another owner up in the Austin area that I've been conversing with, ridden with a couple times. He put this on his bike and it looked really good, so I just immediately ordered one directly from Viking bags off the internet. So it looks pretty good. Not sure what the green tag is all about here. Blah blah. It's smaller than I anticipated. My hands aren't real big, but that's, handprint. When I get it mounted up on the bike, I'll throw something in there to give you a size reference, but that's not very wide. Width of my fist. Again, I don't have real big hands, so I don't know what you're going to be able to put in there. A few little things, wallet, gloves, maybe flat kit, something like that, who knows. But for now, it's better than nothing because none of the luggage is available for this yet. I talked to the Honda dealer today. They said both of my saddlebags have arrived already, left and right, but the mounts have not shown up yet, so can't really mount anything. Just have to wait. So let's see what Viking bags includes here. It's all Velcro. It's kind of nice. Got a storm flap here, looks like. Flappy, flappy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Ooh, smells like lacquer. Whew, strong. Okay, so we've got straps inside. And I'm having trouble seeing in that black bag. It's black in there with no contrast. Yeah, okay. And it looks like it's got a little pouch here. So I can't tell if that's more weather resistant than the rest of it, but construction looks pretty good. No, that's not waterproof. It's water resistant. You can see it's rubberized on the inside there, but okay, anyway. So you can put your keys or wallet or phone or something in that. Made in Pakistan, okay? Zipper seems to be pretty high quality. Not really sure how I'm supposed to mount this thing. I'll figure it out. It's not going to be waterproof, you can tell, because there are holes through this back edge here. Not sure if that's shown up on camera, but it should be reasonably water resistant. I don't know about water pooling up in the bottom part of it here, but we'll see. So, no instructions. I'm just kind of presuming. Okay, so it looks like these two straps are going to be here, just under the seat. If you guys can see that. So it looks like that strap's going there, this strap's going here, and I am not sure where this strap's going to go. Let's wrap it around the chain, shall we? Not. I guess it could go on the swing arm. They call this a swing arm bag, but because this is a soft tail and the swing arm is moving up and down, you're not really mounting this to the swing arm, you're mounting it to the frame. On some of the Harleys where this namesake came from, triangular rear section of the swing arm, it mounts entirely to the swing arm and it's going up and down with the swing arm. In this case, it's going to be fixed to the frame, so we'll figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and pull my seat so I've got a little bit more room to maneuver. And let's see how and where I strap this down. It's not rocket science, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. Let's undo that and give myself a fighting chance here. So this is going to come out. I'm surprised they didn't include any fitment instructions of any kind. I guess it's just up to us to figure it out, huh? So it looks like it's going to go around that frame rail. Yep, okay. Thread it back in. Sorry, you guys are not looking at anything, are you? Thread that back inside. Try not to lose it. Okay. I have to say this is the first time I've ever fitted one of these. I had luggage on my Harley Sportsters, but it was not tied to the frame or the swing arm like this. So this is new territory for me. Lock that and we'll deal with the slack in a minute. The next one is facing a different direction. Can you see that? It's facing this way. So does it go across that? Or am I supposed to go across my shock? I say. Seems to me that's going to have to be further back. Maybe under the seat here, right there. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be the correct angle. Okay, well, it's all trial and error at this point. Thought it would just be real easy to throw this thing on, but not the case. If you don't know what you're doing, like me. That's pretty far forward. I think I'm going to call Derek and see what he did with his. I can't tell if that's where it should sit. That's too far this way. That doesn't seem right. Nah, I'm missing somewhere somehow. I'm going to figure this out. It's got to be a better way to do it. So I'll shove these in my new Viking bags, Swingarm bag that I put on here. I'll do a review on that later. I like the bag, don't like the straps. The placement of the straps is really goofy, and I don't think it's really designed for this bike, so it's probably not their fault. It's just not designed for this. I think it was made for the REBEL1100 and 500, because the slots that they've got cut on the back of it are turned the wrong direction. The one in the front is nowhere near front enough, and it kind of flippy-floppies around a little more than I want it to. But for the short term here, that's the only storage solution I've got on the bike, except for wearing a backpack. And I think you guys all know what I think about backpacks. Okay, so while I'm doing my rear rack, I figured, in the sake of storage, or name of storage, I'm going to try to revisit my Viking bags issue that I started a couple of months ago, and I just haven't had time to finish it up. My toddler's out here helping us. She doesn't help me drink that beer. A little bit of a love-hate relationship with this thing. The bag, I don't believe, was developed for the REBEL1100. It was probably made more for the 500, 300, 500 series, because these slots are cut in the wrong positions and directions to fit the REBEL1100's frame correctly. And the biggest issue with it is the buckles that are inside this thing are huge. They're absolutely massive. When you tighten these things up, you got these big chunky buckles that are sticking right in the middle of, sorry, I'm trying to keep this folded back here and not kill myself. They're sitting right in the middle of your space, and this is already a very narrow bag. It's only, maybe 3 inches wide, and these buckles are sticking out 1.5 inches into the middle, so you can't really get anything down in there. So the straps have got to go. They're just not going to work out. So I'm going to pull those out of there. I'll illustrate the problem here quickly. For this thing to sit in the correct location, you tie up one of these straps, and you can probably, I don't know if you can see from your angle, but from my angle, this strap needs to be cut this direction to go over this rail. It needs to go this direction, not this direction. So it's cut facing the wrong way. Then a similar situation with this one down here. It's cut in the wrong spot, and it's not quite facing the right place. It needs to be a little more further forward, because when I strap this thing down, the whole bag does this. It flops, and there's no way to secure it properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull the straps out of there. I'm going to line it up to where it really should be, which is kind of back here toward the shock, and as far back as you can get it, and up fairly high to keep it secured. So I'll mark the positions where I think it needs to be with Sharpie, and then I'll punch some holes or cut slots in it for zip ties, and get rid of these big ugly straps and the buckles that go with it, which are really the problem. So anyway, I'm going to get started on that, and I'll update you on the progress as it goes. Okay, so I don't know how well the camera is going to focus in there, but this is the the interior volume that you have to work with, pull this, it's got a little, like a waterproof zipper pouch here. I think it's waterproof, water resistant, whatever. Pull that out of the way, and now that these 3 big honking straps and buckles are out of the way, that's the volume that you have to work with there. So it's not very deep. I didn't bring a tape measure out here with me. Maybe I should go get that. Anyway, pretty small. I mean, you can get, if you're lucky, you could get gloves and a very small rain jacket or something in there. So this little triangle bag is not very big. Let me go get a tape measure. Okay, let's give this thing a measure here, shall we? I'm sure these measurements are available on the website for the product. So at the back, you've got almost 9 inches deep there. Sorry, you guys probably are not at the correct angle, but almost 9 inches deep at the back. At the front, you're looking at barely 5 inches. And then front to back, it is about just shy of 10 inches. So let's say 9 3/4 inches there. So it's pretty small. And with those giant buckles being in there, chewing up space right in the middle, it makes that space even more precious and doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is kind of mark where I think this thing should be. We're definitely going to be putting another slot or holes up here in this section. And these are going to be turned sideways, or I may just end up elongating one of these and putting another slot here for the zip tie to go this way instead of this way. And then I'll find a good spot for this bottom one to secure to, you know, something, obviously not the swing arm, but something else, and keep this thing a little bit more stabilized. And then the existing slots or holes, I'm going to cover up with Gorilla Tape. Good stuff. Just put a little, you know, swatch of Gorilla Tape on the back and on the inside. Keep extra water from getting in there, but this is not a waterproof bag anyway, so not too concerned. Okay, so this is what I've come up with so far. I'll take you over there to the bike and show you in a second, but what I want to do is I want to get it up as high as possible, away from the chain, obviously, because the chain is going to be riding kind of right in this area. And there's not really anywhere to strap this part right here, because, you know, traditional triangle bags are used on rigid frame choppers, that sort of thing, so you can tie it down to the, you know, what would be the swing arm, the rear trellis area. Well, obviously, with a movable swing arm like that, you can't, because it's bouncing up and down. So, anyway, we'll skip those logistics. What I'm after here is figuring out where I can place the holes. So this is kind of where the front frame rail will rest to get it up away from the chain just a hair. And then the top one, I'm going to reuse this hole right here, and then I'm probably going to punch a hole right there to go around the frame rail this direction. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the bottom, but if I can cinch the top up enough, I really don't care, because it's going to be resting kind of against the rear shock, and it'll be fine. So this is where I'm at. Your angle is going to be a little funny because you're not going to see kind of what my eyeballs are seeing, but right here, if I can get it up kind of close to the seat, resting somewhat near the rear shock, and of course it's going to get scuffed and beat up there. I don't really care, whatever. I'm just more concerned about the chain underneath it. And then the front right here, that's about where that frame rail is, where I put the black shiny mark with the Marco, or Sharpie, whatever it's called. So, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking something like this. That would be a little better to follow the contour, but the higher I can get the front, the more it stays out of the chain. The bottom part, there's really nowhere to tie it. I mean, I could put a strap on here, but that's silly because the swing arm is bouncing up and down, so it's going to kind of stress the bag this direction. That's not ideal, obviously. I could go further forward with it, and it could get a little bit more, excuse me, put you on camera, a little more mid-support this way, but it's really into my leg area when I put my feet down at a stop or whatever. So when I'm sitting here, stopped, angle you guys down so you can see, when it's in this position, right here, where, here, where's it go? Right there's where it goes, right there's the normal spot. So in this position, when I go to put my foot down at a stop, my leg is right into this thing, and it's kind of a problem. So I don't know. I'm not a real fan of this bag and its placement on the Rebel 1100. I'm not sure how it works on the 300 and 500, but you know, I've already bought it, and I'm going to butcher it for our collective good here. See if I can make it work. I'd like to make it work. The further forward it is, the less it works, because it's right where your knee needs to go down the back of your leg. So it's got to be as far back as possible and kind of tucked up as far as possible. So when it's in this position, right here, that keeps it up kind of sort of away from the chain. See if I can get you guys in there. I'm sweating like a donkey right now too. You can see how close it is to the chain right there. It's touching the chain guard. So, I don't know. The chain guard might kind of keep it out of trouble. Let's see. If it gets chewed, it gets chewed. I'll just take it off. So that's the best I can do with it. Get the angle about right in the front to kind of follow the contours. And I'd like it to be more flat on the bottom, so I'll probably go up like that. Okay, that's the plan. Put some holes in it, see how it works. Okay. So if I elongate this hole at the top just a hair. Wrong way. Try and keep you guys on camera. Just allow that zip tie to slip through there, and then it's going to be parallel down this far. How thick is the frame rail? It's going to be almost 2 inches. Okay, so let's say 1 3/4 inches. So 1 3/4 inches down. Sorry. My eyes turn, the camera does not. So we're gonna do, get off, 1 3/4 inches down from that hole. So that's where I drill the second hole. And if it's a little off left or right, I don't care, because I'm gonna be cranking it down. This is like an ABS plastic backing on this thing, so. Okay, and then good luck on this one. I think keeping it up high is gonna be the best. I marked where my frame rail is here, so I'm gonna go just a hair backward from the seam here, because I don't wanna go drilling into the innards of the bag. But I want it to be as far forward as possible, because that was the problem with it being floppy. Okay, and we're gonna go 1 3/4 inches down. Hey, hey, be good. Hey, be good. Stop curling. There we go. So right there. I would have gone higher up, but that's okay. So looking at about the same thickness. Let's go inboard a little bit from that. Somebody's got a squeaky bike horn. That's funny. Okay, so there's my 2 strap holes. If this works out, you guys can kind of approximate what I've done here. It's not science, it's trial and error, good luck. I may end up drilling that a little bit higher, we'll see. And whatever holes I put in this, if they don't work out, I'm just gonna cover them up with Gorilla Tape to waterproof it somewhat. Guess that thing can come away, because it doesn't need to be there anymore. Bye-bye. So we can zip this thing on there. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. Obviously, that's going to get covered up. I just don't know if or where there's a place to secure this thing on the bottom. I mean, I could secure it to the shock, but that would be really dopey, because that's always moving and doing this. So, okay. Let's give it a shot. Got 2 big old zip ties. Had 2 big old zip ties. Where's the other one? Give me another one. God, I'm dripping. It's so hot out here. You guys have no idea. If you're not from Houston, you just don't get it. You got to be from South Florida to understand how hot it is here in Houston. Woo! Man, it's hot. It is not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. And man, the humidity is insane. Like today, it's above 85% humidity right now, because we're gonna be getting some rain soon. The temperatures are in the low 90s, and holy monkey balls, it's hot out here. That's the wrong one. Get one of the long ones. Give me more to work with. Okay. So, let's go. Let's take the seat off first. Hey, wrong one. There we go. Somebody's got that squeaky horn. Man, I want to put one of those on the Cub. That would be hilarious. Okay, so let's get this through there. I think I can get it through there. No, we want to go over this. That's what we want to do. That'll keep it located more rearward because there's a pin right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Frame rail support, something. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like part of the inner fender support. Okay, so get the contortionism going on here. And 3 things at once. Holding the bag, feeding through, and going down through the frame. The straps that they included with this are just, I don't get it, man. Who can make those work? Ugh, I need a third hand. That's what I need. Let's see if I get that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And I am just dripping. Sorry, you guys aren't seeing anything. I can't maneuver you at the moment. Okay, so now I got the zip tie back into the bag. I need to find the other end of it and hopefully not pull it through at the same time. Oh, should fall out. Okay, got the first one started. I just want to start it so it doesn't come undone. Hey, don't be a dick. Hey, there you go. Okay, I'll leave it loose until I can get the other one positioned. Oh, good Lord, it's hot out here. Have I mentioned that it's hot? Whew. Goodness. So let's feed this through that hole. Oh, get in there. Oh, get in there. There you go. Okay, and let's get that down around that frame rail and back into the lower hole. And then reach inside and grab it. Okay. So I'll get the top of it. Come on. Come on. Okay. Got that one set. All right. So now, what I'm going to do is just crank it up. And if I don't have it in the right position, I have to cut it loose and try it again. Because there's really not much maneuvering at this point other than just getting it tight. So let's get that one set somewhat. Let's get this one set somewhat. Crank the you-know-what out of it. Yeah, I think that's going to work. And it's, oh yeah, look at that. It's pinched in. It's resting against the chain guard, which is okay. It's kind of resting against the edge of the shock, so that's going to keep it from moving around too much. The shock is going to be going this way under compression, so not into the bag, but away from the bag, so that's good. What do you think, everybody? Be nice now. Be nice with those comments. I'm doing this for you guys, because I was just going to throw this damn bag away. Okay, see if we get it. See if we get it. Okay, I'm gonna cut the slack off of that. There you go. Oh yeah, that's flush. I did good. I did good, man. Let's try this one. This is easier to get to. I'm trying to hold this with my head. Clip. Oh yeah, I got that one flush too. Man, I'm the man. All right. So that is gonna be the finished solution for now. Eventually these plastic zip ties will probably scuff the frame a little bit on those areas, but it's going to be more on the inboard side of the frame, so I'm not too concerned about it. And it's not going to wear the paint through or anything. It's just going to damage that clear coat a little bit. Not a big deal. So that's kind of the sitting position there. If you guys can see it, the angle's okay. So that's that. Let's put the seat back on, see what the finished product looks like. See what I mean about that latch? It doesn't quite want to grab and really beat on it. Okay. Whew. Goodness, I'm sweating. Okay. So now, okay, my camera overheated and shut itself down, so I don't know what we got of that last portion of the install here, but it's really secure now. With the hole positions that I use there, it's up right against the edge of the seat. It's kind of pinched in by the edge of the shock here. Under compression, the shock is going to go this way, not into the bag, so that's good. And the front of it is secured all the way up against the edge of the frame up here. So it's not flopping around like it was before, which was just horrible. Eventually, the bag being against the frame rail and the zip ties are probably going to scuff away the clear coat, but it's going to be more against the inside. I mean, the bag is going to be scuffing on the frame side of it, but it's not going to be that big a deal. It's not going to go through the paint or anything like that. I'm not concerned. I will eventually probably pull this off when I finally get my saddlebags, but I think that'll be good. I mean, still not super happy about the position of it. It's right into the back of my leg when I go to put my leg down. So, you know, right here, I mean, as long as I'm not walking the bike forward, it's okay. You know, I come off of it here. There's plenty of clearance when my foot's up on the peg. But as I put my foot down, it's right in the back of my knee. So, not ideal positioning, but with limited storage and, you know, as few options as we have right now for carrying gear on the Rebel, I think that's a worthwhile compromise. The bag is about $100. Again, it's not designed for this bike. I think it was designed for the 300, 500 Rebel, so that's why I had to flip the mounting positions and drill new holes in it and all that, but I think we're okay. The only drawback or problem now that I just realized, derp, is I didn't seal up the back sides of those open holes from the other side. So I'm going to put Gorilla Tape along the inside of it to seal those holes a little bit, and I'll just try to reach along the back here and cover up my the like those lower slots that don't have any coverage right now. Keep the extra water out of there. So anyway, that's it. I'm done for today. Just going to clean this up and Viking swing arm bag. I wouldn't give it necessarily thumbs down, but let's say thumbs up for the construction and half for the fitment. Catch y'all later.